Hey, what's going on, family? It's Eddie Simon again. Look, your big brother, your little brother, your mentor, your friend. I just want to drop a little nugget. I just came back from the gym, and I don't claim to be a physical trainer, weight trainer, nutritionist, all that good stuff, right? I'm just a typical guy. I did sports in high school, average Joe. I wrestled, tennis, did a couple of things, and I love to work out, right? I've been on this weight journey. Shout out to an app called Diet Bet. This is not a promo, but I've used it. It's absolutely phenomenal. Look it up. It's called Diet Bet. You throw in a couple dollars with a group of people across the world who all jumps in, and you get to split the pot if you hit your goal. So I did an October Diet Bet where you had to lose 4% of your current weight. And I did it. I was able to hit it. I lost about 12 pounds. I went from 233 to I think 18, 17. And 143 bucks. And I'm about to join another one. Super exciting. So anyway, just came back from the gym. And I had this thought, right? So gotta share it with the family. When you work out, you're breaking down your muscles, and that feeling of pain that you feel is your muscles being broken down because you're lifting weight that you're not used to. You're working out muscles you're not used to working out. And then it rebuilds itself so you can now come back and lift that weight comfortably. But at that point, you need to increase it to go through that process again. Pain, rebuild, so on and so on. That's the process of building muscle, right? But there's a certain point where it gets so comfortable for you to lift a certain weight and to do a certain exercise that you can do it without thinking. And what is that called? That's muscle memory, right? Muscle memory. It happens to different muscles in our body, it happens to our brain, but we just have muscle memory. I think a real famous person, Michael Phelps, I believe just has like the record when it comes to different championships, Olympic medals, whatever, when it comes to swimming. He's done several interviews, but one of them was where he talks about how he prepares. When he wakes up in the morning, when he goes to sleep at night, he always thinks through his routine, every integral part of his routine, the way his arms move, the way his body moves, his breathing. He envisions the water coming off his face, the sweat, all these different stuff, right? What is he doing? So by the time he gets into the water, the actual meat, it's muscle memory, right? He can't wait till he get into the water to figure out what he's doing. It has to be muscle memory. So we do it all the time. And this may sound like a deep, powerful concept, but it's not. We do it all the time. How many times have you driven to work in the morning or driven to somewhere that you drive all the time, and then you tell yourself, like, how in the world how did I do that? How did I get here so fast? I'm at the point where I don't even think about the turns I'm making, the car in front of me, the car behind me. Some of us, we drive on autopilot, that it's muscle memory. We pick up our phone, we talk to people, we turn around, tell the kids to stop moving, and we are driving this 1,000-pound machine that's moving 60 miles per hour. We don't realize how fast we're moving this huge machine, and we're doing it just based off muscle memory, because that's just how the body works. It's amazing. All right, so some of y'all get it. Muscle memory. Okay, what's the point, Eddie? The point I'm making is, wow, let's be careful what type of muscle memory we're building in our lives, right? I mean, think about it. The thing about muscle memory, it deals a lot with our subconscious, and it deals a lot with, again, our body, right? So it gets to a point where we do something so much, our subconscious stores it and says, this is a habit, this is something this person wants to do, and I'm going to always make sure they can do it to the point where they don't have to think about doing it anymore, right? Because the forefront of our brain, our forebrain, or what you want to call it, again, I'm not a super biological person, but I do know that there's a part of our brain that's active. Like right now, I am actively thinking about what I'm saying to you on this video. But holding this phone and looking at this camera, I don't have to actively do that. I just know how to do that. That's just me doing it. I don't have to think about it, right? So there's a subconscious, there's a conscious brain. The point I'm getting to, there's a point where we do things so much with our conscious brain, eventually we indicate to our subconscious brain, hey, this is something that Eddie likes to do a lot, so let me go ahead and just store it, and it becomes muscle memory. What I'm saying to you is, I need to be careful what I'm allowing my subconscious to store as muscle memory, right? Give an example. Eating unhealthy food all the time. I know a tradition that every night when I get off work, it's been a hard day, I'm going to eat X, right? I'm not even going to throw out an example, whatever, just something that's unhealthy. After a while, I will not have to consciously think about eating that thing. It will just be muscle memory. I will just go and do that thing. You know, there's a story about Michael Jordan. I think it was either the 5th or 6th championship that he won. Shout out to Jordan in the documentary he did earlier this year. Absolutely phenomenal. I think it was called The Last Dance. You should definitely go check it out. A lot of leadership and just success nuggets in there. But one of them, he won a championship. He was like dead ill sick, right? But Michael Jordan had practiced and had gone so hard for years in and out. He just went so hard that even when he was sick, his body wasn't at his optimal state. He was just at his worst state physically because of his health. He was still able to go out and win that championship game and throw up, you know, whatever, 30s, 40 points, whatever the stats was. The point was, even when he physically was at a low state, the muscle memory was still, he was still able to function at a high level. A small little story for me is that for a month now, I've been getting up every single morning about 4 to 5 a.m. to go work out. For about an hour and a half. And it's finally to the point where muscle memory says that even when I get up and I'm dead tired, I cannot go back to sleep or complete my day without working out. Because my body will start, like, it's almost like an endorphin. It's a drug. It's an addiction that says, my body says, Eddie, this is a part of who you are. And if you don't do this, you are now taking me through a process of rejecting me of something that I need, that I have told you that you need to survive. And we can do that, right? It takes about 30 plus days to build a habit. So if I want to stop working out, I need to force myself to not work out every day. And eventually my body will say, Eddie, all right, muscle memory, you don't like to work out. But I've got to a point where I've taught my brain, my subconscious, my body to say, no, working out is a daily part of my day in the morning before the day starts. And now I do it, and I don't have to consciously make a decision to do it. It's just a part of who I am. What are the things that you have been consciously doing and telling your brain that this is who you are? All I'm saying is, right, I'm doing a bunch of talking. I've been talking for 7 minutes, but look, let's get to the point here. I don't want to bore you. Be careful of the type of muscle memory you're building, because whether you think you're doing it or not, you are building muscle memory in your subconscious, in your body. What you're eating, what you're spending money on, how you're treating your spouse, your significant other, how you treat your kids, how you function at work, whether you're on time, whether you're late, whether you work hard, whether you don't work hard, whether you put in some extra time, whether you're slacking when you got some downtime, when your boss is not around, right? Whether it's in your integrity life, your morality life, whatever, pick something. It doesn't matter, right? In your mental, how are you thinking, right? Everything that we do every single day, the more we do it, the quicker your the subconscious is going to tell yourself, this must be something this person likes to do, and I'm going to now store it as muscle memory. And it will get to the point where you will do it even when you don't want to do it. So if there are things in your life that you wanted to get to a point where it's on autopilot, then keep functioning on that. Keep doing it, because after a while, it will get to a point where it's just muscle memory. You won't even have to do it. You won't even have to think about doing it, because your body will force you to do it. Your brain will cause you to do it without you even have to actively think about doing it. But beware, because this thing doesn't know positivity or negativity. It doesn't know success or failure. It just knows activity. It just knows production. If you continue to do this thing, then as your subconscious brain, I'm just going to say you're always going to do this on autopilot now, because clearly you like to do it because you keep doing it. And if it's a negative thing that you keep doing, please be careful. So this is just a small warning to you, right? Muscle memory. The same way as you work out, your muscles begin to just memorize what you're doing, and these different activities you do, bench press, lifting, squat. And there's people lift heavy now to the point where they don't even have to try to lift heavy, because at a certain point, it's just muscle memory. Your muscle just knows how to lift this weight, and you can just do it like it's nothing, right? They don't have to actively think about trying to do it. It's the same way different things in your life. The way I talk to my spouse, at a certain point, if you continue to speak negative to your children, to your spouse, if you continue to be insubordinate to your leadership at your job, if you continue to not chase your dreams and push things that you should do today off to tomorrow, after a while, your subconscious is going to say, you know what, this person always pushes things off tomorrow that they should do today. So therefore, I'm going to make that a autopilot habit in their life. And I'm telling you, it's time to stop today. Start making decisions today that you want your subconscious to say, this must be something this person wants to always do, so let me make it subconscious. This is how we can put success on autopilot, by going through the pain of making decisions today that we want to see on autopilot tomorrow. Yes, it might hurt. Yes, it might be frustrating. Yes, it might be challenge. But I'm telling you, keep doing it, and it gets to a point where it will just turn into autopilot, right? So simple question is, what type of muscle memory are you building? Hopefully this made sense. I'm not gonna super edit this. I know, hopefully this will speak to somebody. Again, just a normal guy, and as things come to me, I want to share it with you. Big brother, little brother, I could be a mentor, I might just be a friend to you, but hopefully this blesses your life, man, because at the end of the day, like I always say, what matters is make sure that we're making decisions. Make sure you're making decisions today, right now, that will create the life you want to live tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. So let it be known that when your day comes, you can probably say that I've lived my life with no regrets. All right, man, love y'all. Be blessed.